Hello, welcome to your 30-day yoga practice with Lydia. Today is day 11 and we're going to be working through core, building your body up for a stronger yoga practice. Let's begin lead down. So we're going to bring the head in line with the spine, lengthen out the legs and just give your body a little moment to ground onto the mat, bringing the shoulders up and down away from the ears. Maybe the feet become separated, the hands maybe face up towards the sky. And just acknowledge what parts of the body is relaxing and touching the mat. Notice the temperature of the body. You can always add clothes or a blanket or a pillow here if you need to. Feeling the face muscles relax. Some tension around the jaw, the forehead and the neck. Release as you exhale. And yoga is a full body practice, so bring your awareness now to your body. Just checking in and see how it feels today. You're more than welcome to come back to this pose at any time during the practice. From here, we're going to place the palms now facing down, either side of the hips. Gently bend into the knees so you ground the feet, spread the toes. Taking a few deep breaths. I want you to acknowledge the lower back here. Think about tilting the tailbone up, engaging the tummy muscles as you press the lower back onto the mat. Feeling the pelvic floor and the abdominals engage here. The head and shoulders are relaxed. On your next exhale, let's bring the hips up. Rippling through the spine, finding a glute bridge. Engage in the glutes at the top and hold at the top for 5 breaths. So we're not going into a back bend here, we're just finding some length through the front of the hips. Open up the front of the body, maybe you can sit down today, so this should feel quite good. Feel the glutes really engage. And exhale, let's rip it through the spine, leaving the tailbone last. Hugging into the knees. Bring the forehead all the way up. Maybe you tap the knees. Feel the tummy muscles really engage here as you round through the spine. Hold. Keep crunching for 5. Squeeze into your knees. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bringing the feet back down in line with the hips, palms facing upwards. Let's just rock the hips and lower the knees side to side into your windscreen wipers. Loosening off the lower back a little bit. As we go into a core exercise, I want you to feel that same position as you lift the tailbone and the lower back stays flat on the floor. So bringing the palms to face down either side of you. Now we lift off the legs. We're going to tuck the tailbone and I want you to feel that lower back press into the mat. The knees are either in line with the hips. If you feel like your lower back is lifting, bring them closer towards the chest. Bend into the knees here. Hold in for 3 more breaths. Feel that tension in the front of the torso. The shoulders are still down and away from the ears. And on your next exhale again, bend into the knees. Let's lift the head, find that same crunch, engage in the tummy muscles. Maybe the head reaches the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing all the way down. Hands now come in line with the shoulders, palms face down. The knees are up towards the chest. Inhale, lift the knees towards you so the tailbone lifts off of the floor. The tummy muscles are engaged. Exhale as you lower the knees towards the right. See how far they travel. Maybe they touch the floor, maybe they don't. Exhale as we lift back up, bringing the knees back to center. Inhale as you lower to the other side. And exhale, lift. You should really feel this now around the core. The obliques are engaging here. And maybe you feel some tension release in the lower back. Working through 3 more. Lowering all the way down as you inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. And bringing the hands onto the shins. Let's work through a few rock and rolls. Loosening off the spine. Bringing the core engaged as we lift and lengthen at the top. This one's a good little back massage. You can also start to bring the legs over the head as long as that feels okay in the neck. Just taking your time. Maybe you keep the legs straight the whole time. Lifting up and engage the core. If the knees are bent, just keep rocking through. Let's do 2 more. And all the way up to seated, bending into the knees. Let's wiggle the hips so the sitting bones are grounded onto the floor here. Spread the toes, lift and lengthen through the spine. We're going to bring the palms up towards the sky. Bring the shoulders down and away from the ears. Let's ripple through the spine. So we're actually rounding the spine here. One vertebra is slowly going to pop onto the mat one at a time. So let's control it down using the tummy muscles. Nice and slow, shoulders away from the ears. Keep that tension through the core for 3, 2, 1. Hold. Keep this tension. This is called a dish shape. You either stay here or make it harder by lifting off the legs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax all the way down. Gently rock side to side. Let's go into a happy baby. Interlocking the hands around your big toe. Breathe into the belly. Let's exhale, lengthen your legs. Feeling a stretch through the inner thighs. Inhale, you can bend back into the knees. Like a squat pose. Exhale, let's lengthen. Just move in how you feel. So maybe you want to keep the legs straight and let's rock side to side. Maybe you want to keep them soft and bent and rock. Keeping the head relaxed. Breathe into the belly and relax the torso as you exhale. Working through those movements once more. If you are happy with those exercises, then repeat, or you can make it a little bit more challenging. If you guys have a block, then we're just going to pop it in between the thighs. So you create more tension through the adductors. The pelvic floor engages more as we press into the block. If you don't have a block, you can use a book, or you can just leave it without and think about creating that tension. We're going to place the palms down on the mat, head and shoulders are down. Tuck the tailbone so the lower back is pressing into the floor. Inhale, lengthen the legs away from you. Exhale, let's bring them back in. The further out you go, the more challenging this becomes. Always work into your own edge. And just work through your own rhythm, taking your time. Keep intention on the abdominals. Let's work through 4 more. Inhale, lengthen, squeeze into that block. Exhale, bring those knees back in. Maybe you challenge it for the last 2. And release. Bringing the block to one side. Maybe you hug into the knees. Maybe you circle through the ankles or make any other stretches. That should feel quite good as the tummy muscles should feel nice and awake now. We're going to move into those twists. Bringing the hands either side of you. We're going to do 10 repetitions this time. So keep the knees bent if that was enough for you. Like we did before, inhale as you lower the knees to one side. If you would like to challenge it, you can lengthen the legs. Bring the feet towards the hands. Inhale. Exhale as you lift, bring the legs back to center. Inhale, let's go to the other side. So I'm demonstrating the straight leg position now. If it's too much or it feels hard to lift, then maybe try it for a couple and then maybe go back to the bent knee version. Aim for 10 repetitions. Feeling a stretch as you lower. 4 more. Last one. And rest there, hugging into the knees. That should feel good. Maybe rock side to side. And let's bring the body up, gentle rock and rolls. Bring yourself all the way through to tabletop. So the knees are underneath the hands. Hands come underneath the shoulders. And let's just breathe into the belly here. Feel it relax. Again, bringing the shoulders away from the ears. Keep that tension in the upper back. From here, we're going to lift and extend your right leg. The right foot is in line with your right hip. If you do have a block, just pop it on your lower back, and this will help keep your hips square. So your glute muscles are engaging now. The tummy is also engaged, keeping that hip in line with the other. On your next exhale, let's reach up with your left arm. Keep this balance. If you can, push up more through that bottom hand, your right hand. Head in line with the spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Let's lift and engage that left leg. Again, the foot in line with the hip. Keep pushing up, stay strong through your upper body, and let's reach up with your right arm, hands in line with the shoulder. Keeping this tension, the torso is strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently lower, removing the block. Let's spread the hands, tuck the toes, and lift the hips into your down dog. Take some deep breaths. Maybe you exhale through the mouth. Think about relaxing the head here, relax the jaw. Really lengthen through the spine and walk through your legs if that feels good for you. On your next exhale, let's step, hop or jump feet to hands. Relaxing yourself into a forward fold, giving the upper body a little shake. As we slowly roll up through your spine, leaving the head last. So yesterday we worked through posture and we did some hip hinge movements. We're going to bring the hands onto the thighs here. In your own time, bring the hips back, keep the knees soft, shoulders away from the ears. See how far you can travel down today. And exhale, let's come back up, keeping that nice flat back. You can either repeat what we just did or same movement on one leg. The hands come onto the hips and we're going to lift your left leg off. Warrior 3. Finding a balance. Maybe you come here. Maybe you lengthen that back leg. The core muscles are engaged. Soften into your right knee if you need to. You can always use a wall here as well for balance. On your next exhale, let's gently stand back up. Shaking out the legs if you need to. Taking your time, hands on the hips. Let's keep those hips square and let's go on to the other side. Lifting that right leg. Let's find a balance. Warrior 3. Shoulders away from the ears. Bring that foot in line with the hip if you can. And on your next exhale, let's bring that foot back down. Grounding the feet. Inhale, let's reach the arms up. Open the chest. Palms together as you exhale, bringing yourself into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Look for that flat back. Hands to floor. Step or jump. We're going to bend into the arms here, bringing the body down. Inhale as we come up into a Sphinx pose, spreading the fingers. We're going to push up now. Yesterday we did a few back bends, just see how it feels today. So we come into this gentle back bend. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe into the belly. Notice the stretch and some length through the front of the body. We've just done a few core exercises. Maybe this feels good for you. And on your next exhale, let's ripple through the spine, bringing the shoulders down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. And I want you to really focus on bringing the shoulder blades back and down. Tuck the tailbone, and we're going to push up on your knees. Find a mini plank. Hold. Keep this strong position. So the tailbone is still tucked. The core muscles are engaged. There's no arch in the lower back. Don't stick your bum out. Tuck your bum in and under. From here, we're going to inhale. Bend into the arms, mini press up. All the way down, hands off of the floor and push back up onto your knees. Either stay here or let's repeat one more, keeping the tailbone tucked, core muscles engaged. Inhale as we bend into the arms. All the way down. Exhale, hands off and push. Mini press up. Good work. Hips back. Relax the head and let's bring it back into a child pose. Taking some deep breaths as we've worked through a little bit of strength today. Just see and scan how that press up felt in your shoulders. Maybe it was a challenge, and challenge is always good. It changes the mind and changes the body to become stronger. So from here, let's bring yourself up to all fours. Again, using a block here if you have one. Keeping the hips square. So we're going to reach up with the right leg again. The foot comes in line with the hip. And let's reach up with the left arm like we did before. Either stay here or inhale as you tap the elbow to your knee. Crunch. Exhale, lift and lengthen for 1. Inhale, crunch, round the spine. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more. Crunch, really feel the core engage. Last one. Crunch and hold that extension for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower. Okay, let's go on to the other side. Lift and lengthen that left leg. The foot is in line with the hip. Reach up with that right arm. Inhale, tap elbow to knee. Exhale, let's reach and lengthen. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, lengthen. 2. Inhale, crunch. Good work. Last one. Make it strong. Find that length. Keep extending with the arm for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Bringing that block off if you used it. Tucking the toes. Let's lift the hips. Finding your down dog. Relax the head. Walking through the legs if that feels good. Feeling some tension release as we exhale. From here, let's lift up with your right leg, 3-legged dog. Let's keep the hips square in this 3-legged dog. On your next exhale, bring the knee close to the body as we bring it through to a lunge. Ground in that front foot and lower the back knee. Inhale, let's reach up with the arms. Exhale, deepen your lunge. Cactus arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower and release. Bringing the palms together. Stay in here for 5 breaths, or inhale as you lengthen the spine. Exhale as we twist over that right leg, pressing into the hands. Maybe you look over your right shoulder, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing into the belly, keeping tension in the arms. And exhale, release, reaching up. Ground the hands. We're going to extend your back leg, high lunge. From here, shoot your front foot back and we're going to hold this plank shape, engaging into the tummy muscles. We did 30 seconds yesterday. Let's try and do 40 today. Really press up through your fingertips. Tuck the tailbone and engage your glutes. If you need to, lower the knees. But let's stay with it if you can. Breathing into the belly. We've got 10 seconds left. Don't move. Engage the whole body. For 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Let's sit the hips back into your child pose. Relax the head. Rocking side to side if that feels good. Inhale as we bring the body up to all fours. Let's tuck the toes. We're now going to hold a mini plank. So the knees are bent, the toes tuck, and we just hover the knees off of the mat. See how this feels. It gets into your quads. If it's too easy, let's walk the feet closer towards your hands. Holding for another 2 breaths. On your next exhale, let's walk it out into your down dog, lifting the hips, creating some space between the hands and the feet. Step, hop or jump feet all the way up towards the hands, releasing off the shoulders. Bend into the knees as much as you need to. And then rolling up through the spine, bringing the body up to a comfortable standing position. Breathing into the belly. Inhale, let's reach the arms up. Open the chest. Exhale, palms together as we forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands to floor. Step or jump into your plank. Lower the knees if you need to as we bend into the arms. From here, repeat your Sphinx pose if you would like to repeat that back bend. Or you can try your full cobra, hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulder blades back and down, and then press up through the fingers as we engage the glutes into your full cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe we lift the legs, holding for another 2 breaths. And on the next exhale, bend into the arms as we control the body back down onto the floor. So just on your last flow, we worked through 3 mini press-ups. Let's see how it feels to tuck the toes and push all the way up into a full plank. If you would like to repeat the mini plank, then please do. If you're feeling strong, let's tuck the toes, roll the shoulder blades back and down, tuck the tailbone and push up through your hands into a full plank. Okay, taking your time. 3 press-ups. Lower the knees if you need to. Inhale, lower. Hands off. Exhale, push. 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push. 2. Last one. And control the knees to floor. Bring the hips back into your child pose, releasing off some tension. Good work. On your next exhale, let's bring it up to all fours. Tucking the toes, lift the hips into your downward facing dog. Lengthening through your tailbone. Inhale as we reach up with your left leg, keeping the hips square. Bringing that knee super close to you as you come through a plank shape. Ground that foot on the floor. Control the knee down. Inhale as we reach the arms up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Bringing the palms together. Either stay here or lengthen as you inhale and twist over your front knee. Pressing into the hands as we look over that left shoulder. And on your next exhale, let's bring the hands back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up, bringing the hands to floor, either side of that front foot. Extend your back leg. We're going to shoot the front foot back. So we're in this high plank shape. We're now going to lower the knees and come into a side plank. We'll do this one on your elbows today. So the elbow, left elbow, your left hip and your left foot is all in line. Level 1, you want to bend into that left knee, lift the hips into a nice side plank. If you're feeling strong, then let's extend that left leg, come all the way up. Reach up with that right arm. Feeling the side of the body really engage. Engage your glutes, stay strong through that bottom shoulder. For 3, 2, 1, gently relax, coming straight into the other side, grounding and spreading the fingers, lengthen that right leg, the elbow comes in line with your hip, and let's bring that top leg in front. Remember to bend into that bottom knee if you need to, reaching up with this left arm, let's lift the hips, see how it feels on this side. Stay with it, keep pushing up through the floor. And on your next exhale, let's slowly release. Bringing the body all the way round now. Onto the back, so where we were to begin. We're going to place the feet in line with your hips. Take a few deep breaths, bringing the hands onto the belly if that feels good. I hope you're feeling strong as you just work through a lot of strengthening core exercises. So if you need to take a rest and the body's feeling super worked, then you're more than welcome to stay here. If you do have a block and you're ready to do a little bit more, let's bring it in between the legs. Like we did to begin with, tuck the tailbone, feel the tension in the tummy muscles. In your own time, peel the tailbone off, then your lumbar spine, then the upper back into a glute bridge. We have the block now, so let's really press into. Adding some tension through the inner thighs. Keep in this position. Breathe into the belly, creating some length through the front of the body. Now you can either stay here or let's bring the hands together underneath you. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Really lift and open the chest. Maybe you come into a back bend. Lifting the hips high. Think about lengthening the tailbone to create space. Keep engaging those inner thighs. 2 more breaths. Stay with it. And slowly release the arms, rolling through the spine, leaving the tailbone last. Release the block. Let's lengthen out both legs. Legs come in line with the hips. Give them a little shake if you need to. Now we're going to bring the right knee up. Interlock the hands around the front of the shin. Feel this leg become very heavy in your hands. So the hips are super relaxed and your hands are just supporting that leg. In your own time, we're going to bring this knee over to the left. So if it doesn't meet the floor, you can use your block for support or some cushions or books if you have them, because you want to prop that leg. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Feeling some tension release through the lower back. Maybe you reach and lengthen that right arm. The hand comes in line with the shoulder. Maybe you look over your right arm to find some length in the neck. Breathe into the belly and just really let go as you exhale. Connecting with the body and just acknowledging how it feels today to come into this twist. Closing down the eyes to acknowledge any sensations and bring your attention to those areas. In your own time, let's slowly bring that knee back in. So the knee is back and your hands are around the shin. Lengthen and really relax that left leg. So the legs, both legs feel super heavy. Taking some deep breaths in this stretch. And then in your own time, we're going to use the right hand on this knee and slowly allow that knee to lower to the right. So you're opening this hip out now into similar to a squat position. Again, you can prop the knee with some blocks if it doesn't meet the floor. You can place that right hand on top of the knee if that feels good. But try and ground that left hip. So maybe place your left hand on top of that left hip. That feels quite good. So you're not rolling into that right side. That left hip is staying grounded on the floor. And then that right leg will slowly relax towards the floor. Give it some time. And on your next exhale, let's bring it in. Lengthening out the legs, give it a little shake if you need to. Taking your time to bring up that left knee now, interlocking the hands around your shin. Take your time, bringing some relaxation into that leg. So feel the hips relax, all the muscles on the back of the thighs. The leg becomes super heavy in your hands. And then gently bring that leg across to the right. Again, using props if you need to. Coming into a nice twist. Lengthen out that left arm. Breathing into the belly. Maybe close down the eyes. Scan in and see how it feels here for you. Maybe you feel it in different places and just acknowledge. And then super gentle, let's bring it back in. Bringing the hands around the shin again, feeling that leg become heavy. You Completely relax that right leg as we gently bring that left knee out towards the left. Opening up the hips. Again, bring that right hand onto your right hip. Just feeling it ground towards the floor as well. Maybe you feel this one in your inner thighs. And on your next exhale, let's bring it in. Aligning the legs in with the hips. The hands may become wide. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Let's breathe into the belly. Exhale, relax. Finding a moment of stillness before you go on with your day. And if you do have some time, maybe give yourself a moment longer. But if you're ready to create some movement, maybe you stretch out the fingers. Maybe rock the head side to side. And let's roll it onto one side, using the hands to come on up, lengthening through the spine, bringing the shoulders down and away from the ears, grounding the sitting bones, finding some length in the spine and just a little bit of stillness here. And open the eyes, bringing the hands together. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.